Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am the Bunny Show, in case you didn't know. My real name is Alexis. Anyway, as you can see, It Wants the Entertainment here. Full credit to them because they made all of these beautiful animations that I'm going to be reacting to today. I guess we're just gonna get into it. Let's watch some scary animations, which probably aren't gonna be scary because I'm not scared of anything. Okay, this one is called Never Talk to Her.
This is a story about my unforgettable night with a girl I met at a club 3 years ago.
It's so loud.
Of course,
so
it's
sorry.
not a favorably unforgettable night in a good sense. It was a horrible night. When I first saw her, she looked through the men in the club one by one as if she was shopping for a guy.
I'm shopping for a guy.
Contact
I'm
with
kidding.
her
Wait,
eyes
no.
since I didn't have
I'm not.
confidence in my face.
Let me just say this real quick. I'm not shopping for a guy. I have an amazing boyfriend, and he's so cute. Anyways.
But she came to talk to me.
I'm curious about your voice.
I love her voice! Isn't that
started a
Ayano
messy
from
conversation
Yandere
with
Simulator?
her,
Sorry.
But she didn't look at my face. She kept looking at my mouth.
Because she wants to
I
kiss you!
talked intently to flirt with her, and she smiled as she listened to what I told her.
That's Ayano's
And
voice,
we
though,
ended
for
up
sure.
going to her
For
house
sure.
I couldn't believe it all, and I was
What the
puzzled.
fuck is that haircut?
Once she arrived at her house, she suddenly pulled out the rope and picked it up. I popped up.
She's into some stuff. She's into that BDSM. I have this BDSM. I don't have a BDSM Barbie, but I saw one on Etsy when I was looking for stuff, and I screenshotted it. And every once in a while, I'll send it to the group chat. There's also I have a picture of BDSM. I have a picture that says BDSM, beautiful day, sunny morning. It's not bad, guys. It's completely normal, I swear.
Up much imagination about the item, but didn't want to break the mood by asking her some questions. I tried to settle the mood and carefully approached her for kissing, but she opened my mouth with her hands and told me.
You should talk.
I was much puzzled,
What?
but I told her
That is
smiling,
Ayano, though. I fucking love that. I
"Your
love the
mouth is
voice
asking you
actor.
to talk, right?" She then suddenly pulled a small, sharp knife out of the drawer and said,
She's
Yes,
into that.
I'm also asking you to say something very sweet. Go ahead and try.
This she's literally acting like Ayano too. I swear, I love her voice actor so much. She's chef's kiss.
Score the points.
She picked up the knife and looked like she was trying to sting my mouth. My back was sweaty, and it was hard to determine whether this situation was
My back is
serious
also
or just
sweaty.
a joke. I said with a smile, is that right? Let's warm up my mouth for a moment, shall I?"
Warm up his
I tried
mouth?
to change the mood by playfully moving my mouth. She firmly told me again.
I'm really curious if I caught a delicious fish today. Until now, there have only been the praise with no taste.
I faced her glittering blade in wide open eyes, and I was finally able to understand what the situation was now. If I make any mistake here, I'll be covered in blood. I was sweating and thinking of this and that like crazy, and then I started talking to her. I never knew such an exhilarating night was waiting for me.
An exhilarating
It's my first
night.
time with a girl like you, the woman who made my heart beat hard like this. Tonight,
Okay, I mean, he can. I know he's just saying these things so that she doesn't kill him, but okay. I'm also gonna adjust the camera so that you can see me better.
I'll fill your ears with honey. She closed her
Literally,
eyes and smiled,
he didn't know,
listening
or
to
she
my
didn't know that he
voice.
literally meant he
And
was
it
gonna
felt like
fuck.
this was my time, so I slapped her hands and her knife flew all over the room. And I slapped her face with all my strength again. She screamed and fell, and I punched her
What if she was just trying to have a nice night? You know, what if she was just trying to have like a night, and he's over here just beating the shit out of her?
several times until she was
No.
half stunned. Then I quickly ran away from her house.
Bro.
Then I called the police, and they
I just want to say this real quick. I've said it so many times, but men are naturally stronger than women, so I feel like he overdid it a little too much. But then again, what the fuck is this kid doing here? Whose kid is that? Someone come get your kid. Anyways, what the fuck was I talking about? I was talking about how men are stronger than women, so I feel like he overdid it. But then again, like if I were in the situation, I'd beat the shit out of her. So
investigated her once they arrived. Also, horribly, they heard a swallow faint groan inside her house.
A groan?
After searching all over the house, 3 men were tied up and locked in a
Aww.
room. However, all of them couldn't speak properly and were crying.
She cut off their tongue?
And it turned out that their tongues were all covered with numerous knife marks.
Oh. I feel like they could talk with, as long as their tongue's still attached.
Club, brought them to her house and forced them to say something sweet. She scored their points by drawing their tongues with her knife.
I'm into it.
When she captured 3 guys, one of the 3 had the disinfectant poured into his mouth and pulled out his tongue because he couldn't hold back his anger, and he cursed at her.
So he was angry at her, but he still, like, ripped his tongue out? I'm sorry, I just don't think that that's possible. I'm calling cap on this, but, you know, whatever. It's a story
her
thing.
Bizarre behavior and immediately arrested her. However, it is said that she asked the police and even the judge to say something sweet about her. She ended up in jail, but I was so traumatized by the shock after I met that crazy woman. Since then, I could not open my mouth to any woman I met due to the suffering from that experience.
You know, that's fair.
Maybe she would search for new guys after getting out of jail. She is just searching for a living target.
Oh, I was gonna say, I guess she didn't murder anybody. I was like, she got out of jail?
Club, just run away. Definitely.
That smile. She's like, oh my god, I can't wait to be in a horror movie. This next one is called Abandoned Building Horror Story Animated. I'm gonna drink my root beer real quick before we start this. I got that 2-liter. Anyway, let's
I'm
do
a
this.
Police officer.
He's a police officer.
There was an abandoned building in the mountains.
There's
of
an
our
abandoned.
village,
I'm gonna
and 4
stop.
young men who were on an
Stupid.
expedition to the building were recently reported missing. Moreover, I heard from my senior colleague that there had been several more people missing in the building before. But even then, he said no evidence was found. After all, I visited the building to investigate the case. It was an abandoned building that was gloomy, even at a glance. There was a small temple next to it, and I met a monk there. Then I asked the monk about the abandoned building. The monk said that the building was occupied by the devil and told me not to even go near it. I snorted.
Wait, so it's like right next to a temple? Isn't that like bad or something? Like you have a temple and then you have like a building that's haunted by a demon or whatever. Like, I don't know. That's strange to me. But I don't know anything about religion, to be honest.
Solemn face, and he said, "Never go inside the building. But if you must go there, remember one thing.
Do not
if
be
you hear
scared.
something, you must leave immediately. When the devil opens its mouth, the gates of hell will open as well." I half-heartedly replied okay and went into the building with enthusiasm. I slowly looked around.
I wanna do that again. I wanna do that again. Hold on.
But the monk had a very solemn face, and he said,
I shit my pants. What the I'm sorry, that was so bad. That was so bad.
If you hear... I half-heartedly replied
so
okay,
bad.
and went
I'm
into
sorry.
enthusiasm.
I don't know if
looked
that's
around
making it into
inside
the
of
video.
building
I
with
have
flashlight,
fucking
when I
goosebumps from
suddenly
that
saw
shit.
2
I know you
eyes
can't see
shining
it.
brightly in the dark.
There's
When I
eyes?
shined the flashlight, I spotted a man crawling like a snake on the
Oh.
floor. Then he looked at me curiously.
I'd
and
be
whispered
fucking
something.
scared.
However, I couldn't hear what he was saying. I pointed my gun at him and shouted, asking who he is. But he kept muttering and ran away, and I followed him.
Wait, what did that guy
Then,
actually say to
suddenly,
not do?
My vision was
Did he say
surrounded
don't
with
talk to them or
total
something?
darkness, and I heard his voice.
But
which
why is he
sounded
following
loud.
him?
My
It was a
master said-
snake-like dude. Obviously, this guy's not human. Why is he following him? Dude, common sense, please. I wouldn't follow a demon. Like, if it doesn't have legs, like, if it's a snake human thing, I'm not following it. You could pay me like $1 billion. Actually, you probably
As
could
soon
pay
as
me
I
$1
heard
billion,
that, I
but
got
anything under,
goosebumps
no.
all over my body, and at that moment, I heard the monk's voice in my head. "Get out of that building right now! You are now walking through the entrance to hell, following that snake!" However, it was so dark that I couldn't see ahead. At that time, I heard the monk's sutra in my head, and it became bright again.
Oh
I felt that I was not
God.
inside the building, but in a space surrounded by red veins, and heat radiated from all over the place.
I hope this guy's okay. Anyways, he didn't listen. I feel like this guy's just being an idiot in like a horror movie, so he kind of deserves it,
making
to be
me
honest.
feel like I was in a pit of fire. And there was a big hole in the floor, and the inside of the hole was like the intestine of a big monster. The intestine kept on wiggling, and a number of hands came out of it that
Intestine?
and pulled me.
Me for real.
I fought to death, but the strength of the hands pulling me was so strong that I gradually slipped toward the hole. My body continued to be sucked into the hole, as if I was riding a slide. And I
It looks like
at
Shrek,
the top of
like
my
Shrek's
lungs,
ears.
as I tried my
sorry,
best
that was stupid.
not to be sucked in.
He's trying
At
so
that
hard
moment,
not to get
I heard
sucked
the front
right now.
door slam open, and I heard the monk's voice. The sound of the monk reciting Buddhist sutras resonated very loudly in the building. Then I heard a scream, and all the hands that had been holding me disappeared. Soon after, the scent of lotus petals began to fill the building.
Lotus
and as
petals.
the heat dissipated, the large hole in the floor began to shrink. I got out of the hole, and the veins in the hole that had surrounded me finally faded away. At the same time, my whole body felt weak, and I eventually passed out on the spot. When I opened my eyes, I found myself lying in a temple, and the monk was reciting Buddhist scriptures next to me. He told me that it was a close call, and told me not to ever do that again. I thanked him for saving my life, and said goodbye. Since then, I never went near the building again.
Well, duh. If you went near the building again, you deserve whatever happened.
People had gone.
Oh. What the fuck? No! I'm gonna get copyrighted! Okay, this next one is called 5'2" Horror Girl, and let me tell you, I am 5'3", kind of 5'2". I honestly don't know the exact measurement, but like, I think my license says I'm 5'3", but I think my doctor said I'm 5'2". I just say 5'3" because I want to be taller than I actually am. And everybody knows that 5'3" is actually, you know, just 5'4". You gotta round up. And then 5'4" is just an awkward number, so technically I'm 5'5". I'm so stupid. I'm sorry. Dream on, dream.
Yesterday, a fifth missing person has been filed in Vilsame.
She looks so
The fifth
traumatized.
missing person, Ella, was also a 5'2" tall girl. This has proved that speculation that the kidnapper only targets females who are exactly 5'2" tall is true.
Am I gonna get targeted? Wait, how do they know? Are they like measuring the girls? Are they like, oh, you're just below 5'2", you're 5'1", sorry, I can't take you. Like, what?
The families of the victims are enduring hellish days, as no missing person has been found yet.
Okay.
The photos shown on the screen now are the missing persons.
Okay.
If you have witnessed them, please file a report by calling the number below.
There has already been a fifth disappearance in our neighborhood. The kidnapper seems to be the same person.
I just wear high heels. If they're only kidnapping 5'2" people, then wear high heels. They can't tell. You know what I mean? Unless it's some mystical ass being. But also, I'm gonna adjust myself again because I keep wanting to do that. Because I can't sit still. Ah! And then hear me out.
Because all 5 victims were girls exactly 5'2" tall.
And then
Police
I'm
speculated
5'2"
that the
tall.
kidnapper was a pervert obsessed with the figure 5'2".
I'm sorry, but my mic arm just like plopped out of the fucking shit. Let me fix that. Oh my god. I'm having troubles today, okay?
Investigations continued on the serial disappearance cases that lasted for several months, but the whereabouts of the missing persons were unknown, and there was no one who witnessed a kidnapping taking place.
Okay.
Rather, the village was quiet and peaceful.
Village.
Kaylee, come home right after school. You must never walk around alone. If you need me, call me anytime and I'll pick you up.
My mother, who was watching the news beside me, said with a worried face.
Mom, don't worry
Maybe just grow taller. It's not that hard.
too much. I'm 5'3" tall. Don't
Exactly.
say that. You should always be careful. All 5 missing people were exactly 5'2", as if they were measured with a ruler. So don't worry too much, and I'll be careful too.
I said calmly to reassure my mother, but I was scared as well. 2 days later,
'cause she's not
I was
5'3",
walking
she's
with my
5'2".
friends on my way home from school, and many police cars and ambulances were parked at the entrance to the village's forest. and people were carrying dead bodies covered with white cloth on stretchers. The bodies of the missing victims were found buried here and there in the forest. The bodies of 4 people.
I was watching a bunch of horror movies last night, but, like, for some reason, I don't know. Where the fuck was I? We watched Fresh. And so that's in my mind. Cannibalism is in my mind. I don't know.
People were already decomposed and turned into white bones, and the search team was surprised when they found Ella's body, who disappeared 3 days ago and had not yet decomposed. This was because the body did not have a single piece of skin left. The police judged that the culprit was likely to be a butcher who professionally trimmed meat based on the elaborately peeled skin off the body.
It could also be a doctor, because, you know, doctors have a lot of medical expertise or whatever. But what I was thinking is, she was skinned. Why was she skinned? Could it be a skinwalker? I don't know. That's not what a skinwalker is, but you know what I mean. I'm talking out of my ass.
Were investigated, but the investigation was at a standstill because no evidence was found. As the investigation intensified, as if the culprit became more cautious, no more victims occurred, and several months passed. The incident settled down, but 5'2" tall females never went out alone, and there were even families moving to other neighborhoods to protect their daughters.
Anyway.
A few days later, on my way home from school, after parting with my friends, a woman came out of her yard and greeted me.
Hi, do you live here? I'm Luna, and I live here.
Hello, I'm Kaylee.
Hi, do you live here? Hi, I'm Luna. I live here.
It's so dangerous these days because of the serial killings. Would it be okay?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but anybody who, if you just meet somebody and they start talking about serial killers, I'm sorry, but that is a serial killer coming from somebody who talks about serial killers. But not right when I meet somebody, you know? It's like it'll ease my way in, you know? I share a birthday with Jeffrey Dahmer. I don't tell people that the first day that I meet him, unless I want to freak him out. But I'm not, okay, I'm really just, what is that called? I'm criminal, like, nope, that's, what the fuck is the word that I'm thinking of? When you go against yourself in the court of law, when you kind of just, like, out yourself, you're not convicting yourself, it starts with a C. You're not contradicting, it's not that one either. You're, I don't fucking know, it'll come to me later. Come on, just go, just do this.
Alone like this?
I'm scared, but I'm 5'3" tall, so I just roam around thinking it's going to be okay.
But you have to be careful. I have a daughter named Mia, and I'm worried a lot these days.
Luna said, pointing her finger at the window on the second floor.
And then
of
there's
her
nobody
house.
there.
She said,
That's Mia's room. She's 5 feet 2 inches tall, so I don't let her go out at all.
That's fair.
In fact, she saw you pass by through her window and begged me to play with you. So I came out to ask you to play with her.
I looked at the window on the second floor at which Luna was pointing, and there was a girl standing by the window, looking down at where
I'm sorry,
I was.
but no.
Does Mia know me?
Yeah, it's been a long time since she
Why'd
hasn't
she
gone
do?
out. So it's her daily routine to look out the window. But I guess she wanted to be friends with you, who passes by every day. Would you like to play with Mia today?
No.
I've also baked a delicious apple pie.
No.
I'd
No!
like to.
Not the apple pie! She's gonna eat the skin! She's gonna eat the skin of that girl!
Wallpaper and pretty props, and there was a wooden table in the middle of the living room. Luna seemed to be working on sewing until now, as on a mint-colored
I'm getting
sewing
goosebumps,
machine, there was
dude.
a dress that was half-laced. Luna smiled when she saw me looking at the sewing machine and said,
I was just making Mia's dress. I make my daughter's dresses on my own.
The dress is so pretty.
If you become friends with Mia, I'll make yours too. Come on, follow me to the second floor.
Luna went to the second floor and knocked on Mia's
Watch it just
door.
be a dead girl, like a
Mia,
decomposed
I
girl.
brought you a friend.
When she opened the
Oh.
door, there was Mia sitting
Did I
on
just
her
say a
bed,
decomposed
shaking
girl? I
her
meant
hand
like a,
without saying a
what do you
word.
call this?
Her head
What do you call
bowed
this? The ones where they stuff the dead animals. What the fudge is it called?
She was shy. I smiled brightly and introduced myself to Mia, who was wearing a bucket hat and a black dress.
Okay.
Hello, Mia.
Oh shit,
I'm
look at her
Kelly.
face.
I came by because you wanted to be friends with me.
Then Mia answered in a small voice.
Hello, Kaylee. Thanks for coming to my room.
Then Luna happily looked at us and said,
Oh, you two have fun. Mommy will bring you girls apple pie.
As Luna went down the stairs, Mia asked me,
Kaylee, aren't you afraid of the outer world?
I'm scared, but I'm 5'3" tall, so I just walk around bravely. Mia, I've heard you're 5'2" tall. Since you can't go out alone.
Why do they keep saying 5'2" tall, 5'3" tall? No, you're fucking short. I'm just kidding. That was aggressive for no reason at
Would
all.
be frustrating.
Then Mia put her arm across mine and took me to a large mirror in the room and said,
I'm 5'3" tall now too. That's why I haven't had clothes that fit me lately.
just as she said, Mia and I standing side by side in front of the mirror were the same height. However, when I looked closely at Mia's face and body, something was strange. She was so grotesque, as she had skin sewn here and there.
Oh my god, did her mom sew her so that she's taller? Like, I understand it, but like... Oh.
Like a stuffed toy. I couldn't ask her directly about it because I might hurt Mia's feelings, so I just glanced at her. Mia's face was
Her
twisted
face.
as well.
Her face is just like, hold on. Like, she's not gonna notice that shit. I'd notice if someone was looking at me like that.
Skin sewn together as if it had been patched up. Only then did I realize that Mia was no ordinary person.
Well, no
Mia looked
shit.
at her reflection in the mirror and said with a satisfied smile,
Kaylee, I like you so much. It's apple pie time. I'll bring Mom.
Mia went downstairs to get the apple pie, and I had a foreboding feeling about Mia's eccentric
Jump out the
appearance.
window. Jump out the window.
So I sneaked around her room while she was away.
No, jump out the window.
When I opened Mia's closet. Strange leathers were hanging on 4 hangers, and when I took one of them out and spread it on the floor, it looked as if a human skin had been peeled off. The arms, legs, and torso were cut so that it could be worn like a suit, and a mask with the face and hair of a person's scalp
Why?
had been peeled off. was
Why?
also on
This
in
ain't
the
no
closet.
Leatherface shit.
Ah! What is this?
I was startled, and I hurled the unknown leather, thinking I should get out of this creepy house quickly. As I hurried out of Mia's room and went down the stairs, I heard
No,
Mia
out the
and
window.
Mia's voice from downstairs.
She's the same height as me. She has a pretty face, so I like her. Hurry up and make me new clothes made out of Kaylee.
There weren't any clothes for you to wear because you grew up, but this is good news. Mommy will make you a pretty one this time as well.
I saw the mother and daughter walking upstairs through the cracks of the stairs. Luna had a large plastic bag and a sharp kitchen knife in her hand, and Mia, who was behind her, had cutting scissors in her hand. I was startled and went back into the room and locked the door. After a while,
If Mia's like legitimately wearing these people's like skin and faces, first off, her mom needs to do a better sewing job. And secondly, how does she look that good with like her fucking wearing somebody else's skin? You'd think she looked like fucking Bubba from Texas Chainsaw, but apparently not. Like
the mother and daughter found that the door was locked and started knocking on the door.
Kaylee? Kaylee? Open the door. I brought some apple pie.
I kept my mouth shut in fear. Then I heard Mia's voice saying,
out the window.
Kaylee, what are you doing? Let's play.
I hate the sound of
door.
knocking like that.
And I
Like when
didn't
it's
say
constant,
anything
I just
until
hate
I
it
said
so
to Mia,
much.
Mommy will bring the keys.
I hurriedly looked around the room and found that the only way to escape was to jump out the
Thank
window.
you.
When
Finally.
I opened the window and looked down, it was too high for me to jump out.
It's worth it though.
Suddenly, the door burst open, and Mia jumped in and pulled me by the waist.
What
As
the
I
fuck?
writhed myself, Luna swung a kitchen knife from behind, and I collapsed on the spot.
Is she dead?
Seeing me bleeding
Oh.
from a huge back wound and suffering in pain,
That
Mia
sucks.
hollered with a mad expression.
What are you doing? You cut my new clothes. Are you crazy?
Mia screamed for a while and sat down.
I'm sorry. First off, princess behavior, but like brat princess behavior. But secondly, like, what the fuck was I saying? Like, she's like, my new clothes. Okay.
Sobbing.
It's because of you, Mom. You ruined it all. Now I have no more clothes to wear. Look at this. My feet are sticking out because my clothes are too short.
Mia's ankle protruded from under the leather on the sole of her foot. There was another foot, and the red skin with dead skin cells and cracks all over was so disgusting that it could not be considered human
So does
skin.
she have a medical condition
Luna
or
said,
something?
comforting Mia.
She a demon?
Oh, it's all Mommy's fault. I was in a hurry thinking she'd jump out the window. Sorry, Mia.
Now what? There are so many cops that I can't even get new clothes anymore.
Then Luna looked down at me, pondering, and then said to Mia,
Mia, I've got an idea. Why don't we wait until the wound is healed and then skin her?
Mia's face immediately brightened and she grinned. The mother and daughter taped my wrists.
Oh,
and
I remember what I was gonna say earlier.
When I looked closely,
I was gonna say, how were they gonna plan on, like, killing her if they were gonna skin her? Like, do you understand? Like, they didn't want to damage the skin, but, like, how were they gonna kill her? Like, were they gonna skin her alive? Who's gonna hold her down? See, that just doesn't make sense to me. I have questions that need to be answered.
and ankles, and each carried my legs and torso, and went down to the basement. Lights in the basement, I saw a neatly organized cutting room with bright white lights.
I think
On
I'm
the
about to
large
get my
table, a
question
belt was
answered.
installed that
Yep.
bound limbs, and surgical tools and cutting supplies were placed on the table.
Who has
They
the
laid
money
me
for this
down
shit?
on the work table, brought antiseptic and bandages, and started treating
That's
my
a nice
wound.
picture.
That's how I was locked in the cutting room until the wound healed,
Oh, from
and
the
their
back.
treatment to obtain my leather began. The mother and daughter brought soup, bread, and water and fed me, applied medicine to
Wait,
the
where's
wound
her
frequently,
stitches?
and tied my limbs to the work table during the rest of the time.
Look at this.
Oh, there we go.
Kaylee. You've become so famous.
The devil, like Mia, would often show me news by holding her tablet PC in front of my eyes. On the news, with an exasperated voice, the anchorman was saying that a sixth missing person had occurred, along with my picture, which was followed by my mother crying out for help to find me. When I saw my mother on the news, I burst into tears and begged Mia to get me out of here, but there was no use. As time passed, scabs formed on the deep wounds and new flesh began to come out. The fact that the new flesh was coming out meant that my death was not far away. Mia looked at my wound on my back and smiled broadly.
Mom, the scab is about to fall off. The new skin is coming out. I think I can make new clothes now.
Watch her be, like,
that's
too tall
true.
now.
I guess I have to start cutting. Mia, could you take off your clothes and lie down?
Mia took off her black dress and then started taking off her suit made of human leather as well. Then the cracked red skin she had hidden under the suit, the shape of her eyes, nose, and mouth, which were unrecognizable, were revealed. Then Mia lied on top of me, and Luna took her measuring tape and began taking her measurements. I shouted for my life while being crushed by Mia, but they seemed to think of me as nothing more than leather for tailor-made clothes. Then I heard the doorbell outside. Luna tilted her head in bewilderment and said to Mia,
There's no one who'd come home. Just keep an eye on Kaylee so she doesn't scream.
She hurried out
I'd
to the front
scream,
door and
be
Mia
like,
whispered as she thrust a sharp cutting shear into my neck.
Shh. Kaylee, be quiet or I'll stab you ruthlessly in the neck with this thing.
Is she really
knew
gonna
very
do
well
that, though?
that Mia
She's
could
gonna
never hurt
damage
my
her
body.
clothes.
Help me! When I cried out, Mia startled, clamped my mouth shut, and I bit her fingers as hard as I
Ooh.
could.
Ooh, what does it taste like? What does it taste like? I'm just kidding.
Grasping her
I'm not
fingers.
kidding.
Help me! There's someone in the basement.
Shortly
Okay.
after, the cutting room door burst open. and the police
Hey, yo, the popo, they got the guns!
Yes, it's me.
The
Please
freed
help
and
me.
helped my way out. But
What is
Mia,
she gonna
who had
do?
fallen on the floor, rushed at the police with cutting scissors and swung at them. She
Be like, what the fuck is that?
Don't take my clothes.
Looks like that guy from Star Wars.
Clothes I can wear.
Okay.
surprised, the police shot her, and Mia collapsed and died on the spot.
Good for her.
Then Luna, who was being held by the police outside, screamed.
Mia! My baby! What did you guys do to my daughter?
Well, that's
Leaving
too
behind
fucking
Luna's
bad.
cry,
Maybe
I
don't be
got
a
out of the
psychotic
ambulance,
bitch.
got into the
This is
ambulance,
that
and was
easy.
able to meet my parents again at the hospital.
A long series of murders came to an end when a sixth missing person was dramatically rescued from the perpetrator's house.
From the shooter's
This killer's
home.
name is Luna.
She wasn't a shooter.
middle-aged woman who has worked as a tailor all her life.
Damn.
It turned out that she lured girls of the same size into her house, murdered them, and skinned them into suits for her daughter, who had a rare skin disease.
Oh. Okay, that wasn't bad, but I guess it was kind of bad because, like, the fuck? I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. so that was definitely an interesting set of thingies, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun editing this video. So go follow Wansi Entertainment, or go subscribe to Wansi Entertainment. Go watch those videos if you don't want to hear my commentary, because they make amazing videos. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good day and have a wonderful life, and I'm gonna be here in my room for the rest of my life, so I don't know what the fuck kind of outro this is. Anyways, I love you guys. Bye.